Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Miracle Call with your Live Younger team. There's a bunch of us here today and just want to welcome you. Thank you for making it to this call. We love the Miracle Call. We know that our patches seem so miraculous, and yet it's all science. So we'd love for you to share anything that you'd like to tell us about how you've been using first. For the first 15 minutes, we're going to only cover the X39. And then after that, we can introduce other patches. So what I would ask you to be is bold. Be bold and speak up. That is, raise your hand and keep your hand up through the icon at the bottom of your screen. So be bold, be brief, be compliant, and be done. And when I say compliant, that means do not name any disease. So in brevity, just say, how things were for you before you used this certain patch and how it is now, about maybe how long it took. And we'll all be all excited for you. So who's going to be first raising their hand? That would be Gregory.
Hey, good morning, Sunshower. Good morning, everyone. We certainly love these morning calls. I just am moved to suggest that we just have a moment of silence in remembrance of 22 years ago. We had 9/11, right? And our lives and our country and the world was changed. And I just like to suggest that we have a moment of silent prayer for those that gave their lives and for the changes that have inspired upon us. Oh my. And also just to express our gratitude to be able to come together in this land of freedom and express our love, joy, and to tell our amazing stories today. So I'll turn the call back over to you, Sunshower. Thank you.
I'm so glad you did that, because it was in my head to do the very same thing this morning. So thank you for that. Well, welcome to those of you that have just joined us. And we're being recorded, so don't be afraid. Just raise up your hand, be bold, be brief, be compliant, and be done. And so I'd like to call on Jerry, whose hand is up first.
Good morning, Sunshower. Thank you. And thank you, Gregory, and welcome back. I just wanted to talk about my dad. As you know, he's 96. I was up north with him for a couple of weeks, and he was listening to the call last Monday. And while he was listening to someone that said that they no longer had ringing in their ears, he looked at me and said, I don't have it in my ears anymore either. So that was really wonderful. And as many of you know, he's had so many good things, but I had not seen it. And he had a terrible scar from 1969 when they did open heart surgery with two great big keloids popping out of his chest and from the neck all the way to the belly button. And half of it's gone. The keloid, it's smooth and the skin is smooth up top. And right where the sternum was, that knotted piece of skin now is down. So that is just amazing with the scar. And his cardiologist had told him after a long time trying to look at him, and my dad got worried and he asked if there's something wrong. He says, no, I can't find anything wrong with you this time. And he also said that his heart is in better shape than 6 years ago when they put the pacemaker in. So a lot of good things for an older person.
There's always hope, right? Especially if you're part of LifeWave. Thanks so much, Jerry. Okay, and I know a few people have entered the waiting room, so we'll get those folks in soon. Okay, John, please.
Yeah, hi, Sunshine. Hi, everybody. I just wanted to do. I've probably have a week every week. I've got at least 4 or 5 stories that I could probably tell with like the patches, but the one I'm going to tell right now is my friend. She's 87 years old. I've known her for 50 plus 60 years, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, she has had problems sleeping. She's got tremors, severe tremors, and she has a real problem sleeping. For the last 20 years, she's probably had very, very poor quality sleep, and she's using the X39 and Silent Night. And she got, well, the last 4 hours of her most recent sleep, she says, she woke up and she says, I can't believe this. I feel like I'm drugged. What's going on with these supplements? And then she calls them vitamins. And she says, I don't know what's going on, but this is the best sleep I've ever had in the last 20 years. And it's just keeps getting better. So it's all relative. And then also, sure, her tremors are lessening too. So that's one story. My other story is my dog. My dog continues to have a big fluffy tail from a rat tail that he used to have. And now his mood has changed dramatically. He's a happy-go-lucky dog, and he's jumping all around, chasing the squirrels like crazy in the park. Huge difference over the last few months of using the patch, the X39. I repurpose it.
Repurposing, there's a good key, huh?
Yeah, I repurpose it for my dogs, and it's really been tremendously effective on both my dogs. Yeah.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, John. Thanks for being with us.
Welcome.
And Adele, please.
Hi, Sunshower. Thank you for doing this. Last weekend, my family gathered in Charleston, South Carolina to celebrate my mother's 100th birthday. She's been on X39 since last June, so just over a year. Her aide said the first words she said were, I made it. I made it to 100 today. So very with it mentally. Her last day of her 90s, the day before her birthday, she spent on a golf cart with my sister going for 9 holes. She rode for 9 holes. She didn't play, but she rode for 9 holes, and she was assisting my niece and sister in their games, telling them what to do, which is just phenomenal. And I noticed she was her birthday Saturday was just the most amazing day for all of us. She was very alert. She knew who we all were. It was really interesting. But over the next couple of days, it was a lot of stress, we had 5 days with her of daily contact. And we had noticed her nurses were not putting her patches on over the weekend with the holiday. Somehow it was a change in staff or something. And on Monday, the day before I left, she didn't know who any of us were. It was total different. So very interesting that her consistent use since last June, had been wonderful. And then we kept saying, what's going on? They're not on. And we finally, my sister's a doctor, and she talked to the staff, and they said, oh, we're putting them on, and then realized it was because of the nursing change, the staffing change. So anyway, very interesting what a difference it made. So just thought
That is so interesting. So and quick, huh?
Yes. Well, June, a year ago, but even, and she never knew who I was for the last 4 years until this trip, which was amazing. She also had, I won't say the reason, but she had a condition of her face that made her face uneven. Let me just say it that way. And that is, I won't say it's 100% better, but it's almost, I have photos of her a year ago and photos of her today with me last week, and she looks almost normal. So pretty special. I'll be posting some of that later, but right now I just wanted to share that.
I was just going to say, maybe you could print a couple of those out and bring it and show us next week on the Miracle Call.
Okay, I'll do that. Yes.
There you go. Thanks so much, Adele.
Thank
That's
you.
just crazy fabulous. Okay, I see Peg, please, Peg Fraser.
Good morning. My neighbor just started LifeWave, and she did a lot of studying before she came in, and she started with Eon and doing a brain balancing, which she had watched a video by Karen Kahn, and she did 5 days of Eon on her brain and 2 days off, and within 7 days she has a condition that she shakes all the time. She's in her 80s, and she goes to the grocery store and always has people asking her if she needs help. And she hasn't been able to put a credit card in a machine for a really long time. And the other day she was able to put it in 3 times. She was just so excited. She's just telling everybody about what's going on. So I'm just so excited for her.
Well, I hope she's wearing X39 as well.
She's starting with she's just going slow.
Okay, so yep. So we're gonna dedicate the first 15 minutes to X39, but thank you for the Eon story so much, Peg. Okay, and Nancy Addison is next. Thanks.
Greetings. Well, I was talking to a lady this weekend who has been on the patches, the X39 patches. I'd say about a year and a half now. Initially because she had been in a car wreck and broken her shoulder and some ribs. And at one point her ribs hurt so bad that I just suggested possibly putting the X39 on them at night to see if that would help. And she said it helped better than anything else. And one of the reasons I had sent her the patches originally is because her son had been on an ADHD drug in college. And because of that, he had had a stroke and it had left him blind. And I'd heard so many positive stories about how people's vision had improved with these that I thought, my goodness, it's worth a try. And he's been on the patches now about the same amount of time as his mom. And the other day, she told me that this makes me want to cry. He was walking down the street and he was walking past a cemetery, and he could actually see the writing on the stones. And I just was elated to hear that news. And you know, it's just incredible, some of the stories I hear. I had another lady who signed up recently and didn't think she'd see anything happen right away. And within the first couple of days, this very painful kind of callus patch on her foot just went away. Just went away and stopped hurting. So those are my two wonderful stories recently.
They're fabulous stories. That's why we're all here, and we really thank you, Nancy. Okay, I'm going to take three more folks. Melissa, please.
Good morning. Here, let me take the video off. Hi.
There you are.
This is Teddy, and we have an animal story for X39. Teddy, I do animal rescue in Dallas-Fort Worth, and we came across Teddy. He was not able to walk. I took him to my vet the next day. They took an x-ray. They said he did have a broken pelvis, but it had been healed. And he had a lot of scar tissue, and he was showing signs of a lot of, with the scar tissue, there was a lot of nerve compression. And my doctor actually, said humane euthanasia would probably be a good idea for him. And so I contacted one of my friends. I contacted CJ, and I wanted to give him a chance. So CJ introduced me to the X39, and that was July 11th. And within a month, Teddy was walking. Teddy now walks. Teddy uses his litter box. Teddy walked into his vet clinic 3 weeks later for his boy surgery, and his vet didn't recognize him. So he's doing amazing. He is, 95% normal. He's an old guy, and he hates being put on video, but he's my little X39 mascot. So he's doing very, very well. He's doing much better. The doctor really didn't think that, anything was going to change. So we placed the patch on him for 3 to 5 hours for, 2 or 3 weeks, and he's doing great. So I have a 16-year-old Chihuahua with vision problems, and we are now using it on her. We put it on her collar, for a few hours a day, and we're documenting some change in her. So I know he growls when he's on camera. But so he's doing amazing. So X39 does amazing things for animals too.
That's for sure.
I know you're not happy. You're okay.
Thanks for
Thank you so
bringing that
much.
on. Thank you, Melissa. Yep, my kitty cat has X39 under her bed every night. And she's 13, and her pouch used to hang, and now it's not hanging, and she acts like a kitten. Okay, we have Kathy next.
Hey, Sunshower, good morning.
Morning.
I have a customer who just turned 89, and she's been on X39 for going on 3 months. Started it with a little pain in the lower back. She has since given up both of her pain meds. She doesn't need them anymore. And then the other day, her daughter said, "Oh, Mama, I'm so sorry. I've had your hearing aids in my purse for 2 weeks and I forgot to take them in." And she said, "Oh, I didn't even notice." And she said, "What?" And she said, "You don't think the patches are helping my ears, do you?" And she said, "Yes, I do. Happy birthday." And this lady went to celebrate her birthday with about 9 of her friends who are all in their 80s and 90s. She's known these people for years and years and years. And so she was telling them her story. And so now they all want to have me and her daughter come and share the patches with them to see what is making this remarkable difference in their friends. So
But
that
of
is a good
course,
story
now
right
what,
there.
what a cool way to do your LifeWave business.
Absolutely.
It's all about caring and sharing.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you so much, Kathy.
You're welcome.
Hope to see you at a convention.
I will be there.
I'll
I
see
will
you
be there.
there.
All
All
right.
right. And now Cheryl, please.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I have been putting the X39 on my boyfriend. He wasn't really a believer. But I said, just take the patch, So he wore it for about 2 months, and he visits a pulmonologist for a lung condition that he was kind of diagnosed with, but it was like really on the edge. I know we're not supposed to say the condition. So he's been wearing the patches, and the visit before he went to, so he had 3 months. So the first month he went to this doctor, he wasn't wearing patches, and the doctor wanted some tests done and all this stuff. The third month we went back, he'd been wearing the patches, and the doctor, it was great to see the doctor's face when he was listening to his lungs. He was like he couldn't believe what he was hearing. He's like, "Wait, breathe again." And he's like, "Okay." And he's going around and he says, and he looked surprised. He goes, "You're really moving air well." And I was like, "That's great," but it didn't occur to me until after I left the appointment. I probably wouldn't have said anything, I don't know, but that's amazing. The doctor was surprised. So I believe it was the patch, but I just wanted to give that testimony. That was like the best thing that ever happened so far.
That is so very cool. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Say, Gregory, did you want to say something right now?
Yeah, Melissa has had her hand up, and I don't know, maybe you didn't see that. So that's all I wanted to say.
I see it now. Hey,
Okay,
Melissa. Is this a different Melissa?
Melissa Lee. Melissa Lee, you have your hand up?
I'm sorry, I just forgot to take it down. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, I
I'm
didn't
in cat
hear from
rescue,
you.
and so
Okay,
my attention's, yes, I'm sorry. Here, I'll take it down.
okay, my mistake.
No, that's okay. I appreciate you pointing it out.
Okay.
We have a few more minutes and we can talk about other patches now. Does anybody have something? How about Julianne? Thank you.
All right, good morning. How is everybody on this
Great.
beautiful Monday morning? Since we're talking about other patches, my husband has this breathing issue at night, and he had to wear a mask over his face at night, and he, is retired from the Navy and he won't wear it. So it's been in storage for decades. And so we started using Silent Night and Eon, and which took away that sleep issue. So he was sleeping very soundly. I was sleeping very soundly. And then last week he was having that breathing issue again and keeping me up all night. And I asked him the next morning what was going on. And I'm like, "Are you wearing your patches?" And he's like, "No, I forgot." And I'm like, "Well, please wear them, both of them, Eon and Silent Night." And then twice last week, he just put Silent Night on and not Eon. And I said, "Why are you not wearing Eon?" He goes, "Oh, I just give it a rest and I don't want," and I'm like, "Please, please, 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 please wear them both." And so last night he wore them both and he woke up feeling really refreshed, felt great. I felt great. I actually slept 9.5 hours
Yay.
because I was up 3 or 4 nights with him.
Mhm.
And I was just like, oh, so anybody with those sleep issues, try Silent Night and Eon. It
And where are
does.
you,
make a
where are you
difference.
having those placed, Julianne?
Well, he'll put Eon behind his ear and then Silent Night here, and then he'll alternate it. But he finds that behind his right ear is where he finds the best results, so. And then
because our bodies are our own resource, and because we're in charge, we get to experiment. So interesting, the right ear for him could be a different spot for someone else. When I had trouble sleeping one night, I just put my one Silent Night on my right temple and I went fast asleep. So you just never know. And so the whole key there is don't give up. Just keep playing around with these patches. Thanks so
Right.
much. Great one, Julianne.
Thank you.
Adele, you're back. Did you have something else?
I do. I updated, I want to make an update to something from on June 7th. I was having issues with cloudiness on my right eye and I was told I needed surgery. And I did a little research. I talked to our beautiful Robin, who gave me some guidance, and I wore a night mask, an eye mask at night, like the kind you get from the airlines, and put carnosine on. I actually used it on both eyes. And within a week, the cloudiness was gone. I think I said cloudiness in my right eye, severe enough for surgery. And 10 days in, it was so much better. And I recommend wearing it. I was guided to wear it every third night, not every night, because carnosine's really strong. And then last week, my right eye was really cloudy just a few days ago. And I kept thinking, oh, something's wrong. So I was a little bit nervous because I'd shared this in hope of helping other people. And then yesterday, total clearness. So somehow there was some, I'll call it a healing crisis maybe, that came back, and I was having trouble with that. It was like really cloudy, worse than it had, or about what it was in June. So just be persistent with it and do the 3 nights carnosine on the eye mask or on the side of the eye. I happen to put it on a mask. Make sense?
Thanks again. Great update. So we have 5 people and we have just a few minutes left. So let's be bold, brief, and compliant and be done. Dr. Velvet, go for it.
Hey guys, good to be here. So I have a story for IceWave because I normally don't have to use IceWave. I'm after wearing 39 for 2 years now, I really feel good. But I broke my toe last night and it was quite painful. And so I immediately ran for the IceWaves. And what's interesting is, you know, we have stages in the bruising that occurs. And I noticed when I took the patch off this morning that I could tell that it was in that latter stage of bruising, even though it happened yesterday, late last night. And this morning I noticed that I had to put the patches in a different area to alleviate that pain. But all of the swelling went down. And I was able to walk on my foot last night after icing it. So that was good, with IceWave, of course.
Just fabulous. Thank you so much, Dr. Velvet. See you at convention. Okay, Megan, please.
Good morning. I cannot wait to tell you guys this. So I wear X39, X49, and glutathione every day. And since I was 17, I have had issues eating about 32 different foods. And one of them, I actually have a bag right here. One of them, I could literally put one of these in my mouth and the top of my mouth would be like completely broke out and I couldn't eat anything else. I ate an entire bag of these and I was perfectly fine. So
Don't eat those.
I know that sounds so dumb, but like to be able to eat food and not feel bad for eating it, like it's so incredible. And I have one that I can't wait. Like after 3 months, I'm trying the one that I'm like, is like my worst one. And I can't wait. My mama says I can only do it if I'm sitting in a hospital parking lot just in case. But I want to try it so bad because I didn't get this until I was 17. So everything I grew up eating, all of a sudden I can't eat anymore. But this one, I crave it all the time. So I cannot wait to try.
Wow, Megan, 17. So what are you now, 18?
That is incredibly sweet, but I turned 39 in May.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, ma'am.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Keep it up with X39 and your hair is going to stay dark. Look at my hair is getting darker all the
Thank
time.
you. I
Yeah.
promise you, this is gonna sound weird, but I feel like I can feel my hair growing. That might sound crazy, but I promise you, I can feel it growing.
That's new. We love you. Come back more and talk to us more and come on the health practitioners call. We want to hear from you, okay? Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Okay, let us go to, let's see, is Marty next? I
I
hope.
think so. Mhm.
Okay, go.
Hello. I wanted to share about this past weekend, not this weekend, but the one before. My husband broke his toe and he wouldn't listen to me and put anything on it other than ice. And so that happened on Sunday. Monday, he finally was in so much pain. He finally put an X39 and an ion underneath.
Mhm.
This was the picture. Let me see if I can get it. This
Yeah.
is the first one. See the second toe? This is the
Yeah.
first. Whoops. And here's the second morning when he woke up after the
Oh, wow.
patches for one night.
Wow.
Did it again the next night. And here's the third one. So totally different, amazing. And he wore the X39 and the ion.
What a miracle.
Voila.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Marty.
Thank you.
Okay, we have 3 more. That Darlene would be first, Gary, then Dr. Ackland.
Hi, many of you know that I recently had open heart surgery to fix a leaky heart valve, and pain has not been my biggest problem. My biggest problem is nausea because I have to take all these pills, and they gave me nausea medicine, but it really didn't work. So Robin told me there was a protocol for nausea with the patches. I tried it and it worked really well. You wear 2 sets of energy enhancers, white on the right, tan on the left, and you put here in this thumb area and then on your wrist area, and you put glutathione on the back of your neck where we usually put X39. And I was amazed at what a difference it made, because I would wake up with an upset stomach and it just bothered me all day. So I am very thankful that the patches helped with that.
So you said Eon in the back of the neck, was it?
No,
No.
glutathione,
Oh, so what was on this area again?
energy enhancer. You wear
Oh,
2
yeah.
sets of energy enhancers, white on the right, left on the tan. Tan on the left.
Wow, we should add that to our Live Younger Products protocol. I wonder if we already have it there, Gregory. Something to look at. Wow. Well, blessings to you for being here with us. I know that was kind of iffy at the moment for you. So thank you for being with us.
Thanks.
All right, Darlene. So Gary, you're next.
Good morning. I can't wait till I can feel my hair grow. Anyhow, you're doing a great job and having a beautiful hair day, which I can't relate to. But anywho, my story is about my friend Nurse Nancy from Pueblo. And I think I've said before, she was hit from behind at a stoplight at 65 miles an hour. And the impact gave her those blue veins in her legs and extremities and in her feet, which was strange. I'd never heard of that. So immediately, the blue veins behind her right knee went away and she could bend her knee for the first time in 2 years. But she's had left pain in her left foot, excruciating, where it's been difficult to walk and she has to have something to assist her. But she's having really good results with the glutathione and has been using it for several months. And now she's walking, I forget how many thousands of steps, she said, each day, because the glutathione with the X39. And she likes to put her X39 under her belly button. That's been her preferred spot. She says there's a lot more blood vessels there in that area. So that's her choice to do that. But anyhow, She can walk much better. Still has days, but she's walking, I don't remember how many thousands of steps every day.
Fabulous. Thank you, Gary. That's the kind of stuff we like to hear.
Mhm.
Thanks again. And Dr. Tom, please.
Good stuff, good stuff. I know we're at the bottom of the hour. I'll be quick. I wanted to address Lisa's question in the chat. And I was inspired by Dr. Velvet's IceWave story. I have a quick IceWave story too. New brand partner last month who had just wonderful 10++ bilateral shooting pains down the legs from a spinal issue, who found relief in the moment with IceWave at the base of the spine. Down from a 10++ to about a 6 in just a couple of minutes. And over the course of that 20 to 30 minute first patch party after they got their patches, she had forgotten to pick up her walker to walk around the kitchen. Wonderful story. Eon and IceWave and X39. Am I spotty, Sunrise?
A little bit, but we can hear you.
Oh, I want to turn my video off. So I saw Lisa's comments that she was getting relief with X39 and Eon. I'm wondering if she's using IceWave. IceWave, of course, are most demonstrable and quick. But the tail end of that story is they had run out of their IceWave after about 2 weeks. And she asked if there was anything else they could do. And so we tried Energy Enhancer in the same placements where she had been getting relief with an X39 right on top of the tan patch. And we actually triangulated that. We put that at the base of the spine. And then we triangulated that by putting an Eon under her belly button. And she was amazed. So that worked as well. So attending to the microvasculature, IceWave is so great at inflammation and pain resolution. It's not anti-pain. It's not turning off the issue. It's actually opening up all that microcirculation so that the repair stuff can get to the good places, to the target tissues. And Energy Enhancer is similar in that dynamic. It's targeted for other things, for mitochondrial upregulation and ATP, et cetera. But Energy Enhancer as a substitution for IceWave until you get your next IceWave.
Wow. Aren't we glad we're here? I just took copious notes. I was like, triangulate where, what? So I think I got it all down. Thank you so much, Dr. Tom. So great.
Sure thing. One other quick thing too is that when the body can finally say the thing that it's been trying to say for a long time, sometimes that's not fun for the patient, for the client, for our friends. And that description in the chat of the person who had such disabling pains in her eyes and headache, that's an indication of a detox. It's certainly, what there is to say to those people is that's good news. I'm sorry you're going through it, but here's why it's good news. And the technologies are working, right? The technologies are working really well. And then you back off a little bit. Eon is really nice as a security blanket, as a nervous system sedative sort of thing. And then when you start using X39 again, because now she knows it works, when you start using it, use it in small windows, 2 hours at a time, 4 hours at a time, like that. And however long it's on the body, you want to leave it off the body. This is similar.
Oh, that's true.
Again.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
However long off, put it on for about the same amount of time till you can work back up to your 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, right on.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. That last bit was really something. I have my whole page is just full of notes. Holy cow. All righty. Thank you so much for everybody bringing their stories and testimonials to the fore here on our miracle call. And now back over to Robin and Gregory.
Oh, thank you, Sunshine. You do such a wonderful job. And thank you everyone for your wonderful stories. Isn't this a great way to start our day, start our week, just sharing the miracles of phototherapy and LifeWave.
We give people hope, and isn't that beautiful? And
Mhm.
I love the stories. And yes, Sunshower, you're fabulous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, and thank you everyone for sharing, because your sharing changes lives and inspires other people. And I was at a harvest festival on Saturday, and one of our new chiropractors was there, and one of his patients was limping around, and he brought her over to our booth, and I patched her up, and I said, "What's your level of pain?" She goes, "So I have a really high pain tolerance, but it's a 9." and patched her up, and she got up and started wiggling around, and she was like, "Oh my God." So it's just so wonderful that it can be so quick. Well, something amazing happened the other day, and this was in Connie's group, and it was really exciting. This has never happened in any of our people, to get a new SPD and a new presidential on the same day on 2 different legs. Like, how wild is that? I know, isn't that incredible? So we're hoping that they can join us tonight and share. So Anne Morrow became a presidential, and she's blossomed into this magnificent leader, has incredible organization, and she's such a beautiful community builder, educator, and deeply, deeply cares. And blessings to Barbara Lippincott, who became an SPD. She is a woman of service. She deeply, deeply cares. And we're so honored and blessed to have all of you guys, of where you come from. You know, your motivation, your inspiration is really about helping make a difference in people's lives. So tonight we're going to hopefully have them on as guests. And then tomorrow night, we have Dr. Barbara scheduled for our Tuesday night call. So excited to have a wonderful week with all of you. And this is the week that the Canadian Roadshow is happening. And I will be going to Winnipeg this week.
Next week.
No, that's next week.
Next Monday.
Yes, next. I'm a little confused. It wasn't jet lag, but that is, so if you have people in Canada, please invite. They had to expand the room for Vancouver because they maxed it out at 250, and they added 65 more seats. And Garrett will be traveling all across Canada, and Geraldo's going to be visiting. So invite your Canadian contacts. Okay, I think that's all.
Yes, I think that's it. That covers it pretty well. And so thank you all for being part of this wonderful movement we call LifeWave, and this wonderful Live Younger community. So we'll see you tonight on tonight's call. We'll have some other exciting things to share. And so if you'd like to unmute yourself and bid your farewell, now would be a good time to do that.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great call.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Great
call.
Good job.
Thank you.
Great call.
Thank
you.
Wait, wait.
Happy Patriot Day.
Good job.
Wonderful stories, great tips, everybody. Thank you.
Yes. I'm gonna
Thank
see
you.
if my hair,
Happy
I can feel my
Patriot
hair
Day.
growing.
Clean out your chin.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks for all your shares.